It doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, or how little education you have. We've all got what it takes to be successful. Mr. Contest Master, fellow Toastmasters and guests, that was how Golden Gavel winner Zig Ziglar started the very first motivational speech I ever attended. It was over 20 years ago, at a time when I desperately needed motivation. My new business was failing. The bills were piling up. The only saving grace? There was no danger. Success was going to my head. But I had to wonder, if I got what it takes, why can't I find it? And as if the man could read my mind, he said, but it doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, or how much education you have. You'll never achieve the success you can unless you first cultivate the habit of persistence. And I wanted to jump up and say, hold the phone, Zig. If persistence is what it takes to be successful, I know where to find it. It's at home with my 3-year-old daughter. She's the princess of persistence. Yes, my younger daughter Valerie may have been 3 at the time, but I swear she was born a terrible 2. There wasn't a part of no she didn't understand. She didn't understand any of it. So when I told her she couldn't have the dog she wanted, I knew she wasn't going to just stop hounding me. Because even at 3, Valerie had taken the first step in developing persistence. She had a dream. That dream was to have a dog. And so, sir, because she had a dream and it was passionate, did she get the dog? No! You don't get what you want just because you have a dream. And besides, I had a dream of my own, not to have a dog. But did she just roll over and play dead? Absolutely not. Because she seemed to already know, even at 3, that persistence takes more than just a dream. You need to have a plan of action, something to take you from where you were to want to go. You also need a scheme. The scheme was very simple. Brainwash us into submission. She put pictures of dogs all over the house. Actually, she was free. She put pictures of dogs. There were pictures of poodles in the parlor, of bulldogs in the bedroom. There were even sheepdogs in the shower. So, because Valerie had a scheme, did she get the dog? Tell me, sir. Yes or no? No! You're not getting it. Yes, you need a scheme, but you don't get what you want just because you have a scheme. Valerie seemed to know even then, it takes more than that. Because a scheme is just one thing. You also, no one ever succeeds in this life just by themselves. Yes, you need a dream. And you need a scheme. But in the end, you also need a team. Now, if you're the younger sister in the house, who is the most logical person to be on your team? The younger sister. The one who could buy the dog toys that were littered all over the floor. So when I stepped out of my office one day, I nearly killed myself. That was it. I'd had enough. I called that 3-year-old culprit into the room, and I said, Valerie, why do we have dog toys in the house? We don't have a dog. She said, that's right, Dad. We don't have a dog. Yet. So, tell me, sir, now did Valerie get the dog? No! She got 2. Well, I said it was because I didn't want the first dog to be alone. But I learned something very important that day. I really like dogs. But more important than a love of dogs, what I learned was this. On that day, my business was failing. I wanted to quit. Until I realized the lesson my 3-year-old daughter had been teaching me. And I remembered how much I cherished the dream of running a business. And that forced me to rework my business plans. And with a little help from my friends, like those in Toastmasters, slowly things began to turn around. And today, I've been in business for just shy of 20 years. And I am a believer in the power of persistence. How about you? Your dreams may not be in trouble today, but chances are they will be at some point. And I hope that you remember to persist through the trials, not just for your own sake, but perhaps even for the greater good. Imagine how different the world would be if Lincoln had given up after 8 political failures. If Disney had given up after 56 rejections of his first animated cartoon, Steamboat Willie. And think of how dark the world would be if Edison had given up after 999 failed attempts to invent the light bulb. But in the end, fellow Toastmasters and guests, please consider how powerful the example of a preschooler who got the dog that she wanted, not through tantrums, not through tirades, not through tears, but through a dream, a scheme, and a team. Because that's proof we really all must have what it takes to be successful. Sometimes, though, we just need a 3-year-old to help us find it.